Hello everybody, and at long last, welcome back. I am so sorry that I've been away from this series for so long. It was a very busy end to 2019. I really was not working on very much aside from getting my regular videos filmed and uploaded, kind of throughout the end of the holiday rush, and now since it's ended, I have been working on some stuff. I'm gonna get you all caught up. It's gonna seem like a lot in this video, but realistically, it's all been happening over the last month and a half or so. The way the year ended, I've just been burned out and stretched too thin, so I've been enjoying doing some projects on my own time. So let's just go right ahead and launch into it. First of all, while we're right here, I did upgrade the candle sleeves on my corner chandelier. I posted about this on Instagram a while ago and it's already showing up in videos, so this is kind of old news, but it is one of the improvements I've made. The old candle sleeves on here were cracking and falling apart. Not that it showed up on camera or anything. I did have them positioned pretty precisely so that they'd look nice, but it was just one of those things that drove me a little bit crazy. And I do kind of like this bolder look with the black. So there is one thing down, many more to go. Next, we are going to run back here, and I have just a couple of things to show you. First of all is that I've added this spare light that I had sitting around. I did say a little while back that I was done with lighting back here, but clearly nothing is ever done around here. What I decided is when just this half is lit, this section over here was kind of dark on its own. So what I wanted to do here was add one in that would be switched with this end in addition to the one that's switched with the other end, just so that there's coverage in this little overlap area regardless of which switch is on. So moving on from there, I can give you a brief update that all of my ceiling storage that I currently have is full. There is not a single open spot anywhere at the moment. I will still be running a couple more through this section, I just haven't had time to get them yet. I've been focusing on some other things, but right now back here, what's on the floor and also what's left out on the table is basically all that I have left. And this stuff being moved back here leads into some of the other updates I have out on the other side. Now I'm coming back out here and I'm gonna stop up in the stairway for just a minute. On this ledge, I have pretty much eliminated everything else and just lined up all of these Casablanca cards. I don't really have a lot of other ways or places to display these, so for now this is pretty much what I'm doing with them. As I get more stuff sorted out actually in the basement and get more display areas set up, this may change and I may bring some of these down to implement in the space down here, but for now this is my best use of them. So now I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but I'm trying to do this in an order that actually makes some sense. So I'm going to stop here now, and you can see that basically all of my boxes that I had lined up here from moving are gone. I've done a lot of clean out and organization lately. It got to that point where it was all driving me crazy and I needed to get it done. I've been in this space for a few years now. It is time to get this stuff moving. In this space, I have eliminated that workbench thing that was sitting here. This desk next to it is also going to move elsewhere. I have 3 storage cabinets on order that are basically going to fill out the rest of this wall. In all of my recent organization ventures, I have determined that I need some sort of closed storage to put stuff inside of. Otherwise, it all just sits around and looks like clutter. So those cabinets will be coming. They take a few weeks to ship, so I'm not sure if they're going to show up in this video or not. I'm guessing probably not, because these updates are going to take up quite a bit of this video and there probably won't be that much space to fill. So that's happening, and in the midst of this, you've probably been noticing there's quite a bit of light along this wall. So if we look up, you can see that I have gotten some more track lighting in. I have a bunch more track heads on order and will be getting some more track lengths to expand further out into the space with my track lighting setup. But yesterday I went to Habitat for a 50% off store-wide sale and found a few track heads brand new in the boxes. I got them for super cheap, and then I realized when I got back here that I had enough of these tracks to do a full section over here and have this section of wall completely covered. So this may change some, and I may do some reformatting when I get more of my track heads. This is just what I got yesterday. Right now they are fed off of this switch in the stairway. I'm gonna live with them like this for a while and see what I think. I may end up swapping them over to be on with the studio lights. It would kind of make sense to have this whole area together, but I'm just not sure that I want these ones tied in with the studio stuff. So like I said, right now this is the way I think that I want it, but it may be subject to change. So this is a whole nother section of updates out of the way. Now we're going to look at the couple of display updates. In the last video, I left off with the Solus hanging in this location and said that I would probably end up wiring it in, and I did. And in going along with that, I wasn't too thrilled with the premium next to it overlapping on the blades. So I moved the windmill back over and put the light back on. That gives me the clearance that I want here. And in place of the windmill, I put up my Irene Hugger. This was basically my only choice for a small, currently available fan to display here. Some of this stuff is probably going to start to shake up here as I start to receive new products for this year. I'm trying to keep size variety in mind as I select new products, not only for display, but I also don't do a lot of small fans and I want to get into more of them. So that's what's new on this end. I'm going to head down this way. In the old original spot, I did put up this star. I love the fan in general, but I was also lacking on contemporary 90s designs, so this made a really good fit in the entire scope of the older area of the display. And then moving into the final update, I did put the Mykonos up in place of the Avalon. I straight up need a light kit in this location, otherwise this corner just gets way too dark, so I did have to kind of rig something up here. I'm trying to get a proper Mykonos light in my quorum order for 2020, so hopefully that'll be coming and I will update you if I receive it and get it installed. Now from there we can get into some other stuff that I'm really excited about. So if I pan down and look at the floor, you can see all of this open space. Once again, I've been on a cleanup and organization kick lately. I have wanted to get this space opened up for so long. Just a little bit earlier today, I got the last box that was sitting here organized out. That's actually not entirely true because I do still have these downrod boxes to deal with. I'm trying to figure out a good way to organize and store those. So for now, I just shoved them over here out of the way. But basically from here, I'm going to reformat everything going on over here. Everything in this corner is going to have to move out because that desk that I showed you earlier is going to come over here. I think that I'm probably going to move the table in the corner further out into this area, and I'm probably just going to be shoving box fans in that corner for the time being. I really need to sort through and part out some box fans that I just mainly picked up for parts in the first place. If you can believe it, I'm just having trouble finding the time to do that. So this is all very exciting, but even more exciting than this is that this wall is completely set up. This is how I hope everything on this side of the wall will be someday. I want things to be nicely displayed, in order, no clutter. Keep all the clutter on that side of the wall. I'm sorry for any background noise that's coming through. My dad is blowing out the driveway. We are in the middle of a blizzard right now, but I am so thrilled to see this side finally take shape. I'll just explain a little bit. The table that was here has been moved down here, and as I mentioned earlier, all those motors that were sitting on the floor in the back used to be sitting here. This table here was just sitting in front of the desk over there, folded up small. When I realized it would actually fit nicely here, full size, and that this one would actually fit here, I kind of went full tornado mode and just got basically all of this done in one afternoon. It's just so satisfying to have something done and sort of in its final form. Obviously everything is going to kind of change over time, but this is really the setup that I was going for. It's just really awesome to finally be at this stage. So I think that covers everything and you're all caught up again. It seems like a lot, but as I said, this has been happening over the past month and a half and really majorly since the new year. So basically it's a full video's worth of work that didn't actually end up on video. I'm gonna head out for now. There is so much more to tackle, so I will be back soon. Hey you guys, I am just here briefly tonight and have a couple of things that I want to show you. So the other night after I quit vlogging, I basically just kept going and got this entire corner cleaned out. Right now that and the stuff that was over here is basically in 3 piles. This is stuff that's in really rough shape that I basically just picked up for parts in the first place. This is stuff that I'm undecided about. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it right now. Some of them don't even have cords, so I'm not sure what's in working condition. A lot of it is just duplicate stuff to what I have, so I just don't know what I'm going to do there yet. Over here, this massive mountain is basically everything I want to keep or that could potentially make for a good project. There is a certain amount of duplicate stuff in here, but it is in good condition, so I could at least fix it up and maybe sell it or do something else with it. It is a difficult decision to get rid of anything, that's why the parting out pile is so small. There are also a few things in here that just need to be condensed down. Like, for example, these two right here just need to be combined into one good fan. They're two incomplete or beat up ones on their own, but together I can make them into one good unit. I just have not had time, and I do not have anywhere feasible that I can really clean box fans other than maybe outside. I am hoping to get that situation figured out in the near future, but for now box fans are just kind of piling up. It is what it is for the time being. Next to that, I just have some pedestals set up. Once again, there are a couple here that just need to be condensed down into one good fan, like these two are the exact same thing and just need to be combined together. It's always just hard to find the time to do that these days because I have so many priorities to get to. I'm hoping by trying to streamline some of my content for manufacturers this year, I will be able to have some more time to do other stuff. Clearly right now I am making a lot of progress within my space here, so that has been good. And now with this, I do have a more organized and concentrated area for actual project stuff so that I know where it is. So now with all this stuff there, I have been kind of dancing around it, but I did pull the table out and position it here. I mentioned before that it might go more this direction. I did try it there, but without folding up the sides to make it full length, it didn't really feel large enough to command being centered in this area. And until I figure out what function this is going to serve me, I don't really need it full size. So I do actually really like it here. And above the table to make this location feel a little more fully staged, I did find a new place for this Kichler fixture that used to be at the base of the stairs. Just when I thought I was done with switched outlets, I came up with a new idea. So I did have to run out of the outlet up there and ran one over into this vicinity. This general location kind of made sense to me because it can service this whole central area. So if I do decide that I want the table over here down the road, I can easily move the light fixture over to complement that. And for this fixture, I did really rig up a whole display unit. There is a dimmer basically integrated into it, mounted on top of that box. I wasn't sure if I was going to want full brightness on this one, so I just put it in to be safe. So now I basically have a full plug-and-play rig where I can mount essentially any light fixture onto this, and it can be moved and relocated as necessary. So that's pretty much where we're at here, and I love looking at it from this angle because it really gives me showroom vibes. Lately, this has been a lot of welcome change for this end of the basement that doesn't get a whole lot of attention. I'm just very excited the more that I see it come together. So now we're gonna head down and do something else really quick before I head out. All of the new track heads that I ordered were delivered today. I got some each of 2 different styles. Some of these guys similar to what I got at Habitat recently in white. These were the cheapest, so I grabbed some of them. They're similar to these ones, but I'm not as happy with these because the wire comes out the top, so I can't aim them straight down. I don't even know if that's a detail I should have caught in the pictures or not. I did only buy 8 of them, so I'll find a use for them either way, but I wasn't exactly happy to find that out. And then I bought 12 of these guys, which are a little bit more expensive, but will hopefully be a little bit more functional. With these, the base does swivel past so that they can be aimed straight down. It's a little bit difficult to show you with one hand, so I'm very happy that I didn't just buy all of the cheapest ones. And I got more of my LED bulbs. If it would focus for me. Come on. Oh, come on. There it is. I was so disappointed to find out that these have been discontinued at Menards. As you've seen throughout my space where I've used them, they give off a really nice light. They were basically always on sale for just like $5 or $6 a box. Most alternatives to these that I've seen are at least $2 to $3 a piece. Thankfully, I got to these while they're still listed on the Menards website, and I got enough for what I have right now. I'm probably going to try to go back on and grab a few more boxes just as spares. Now granted, a couple of these have died on me in the past, but they're comparatively so cheap I don't even care about that. So anyways, I'm not happy about that, but right now I was going to just open all these up and get the bulbs put in them. I have not purchased anything else for the track lighting project yet, but I just want to have these ready and good to go. So this is the last thing I'm going to do tonight, and I'm going to leave you with a time lapse, but I will see you back soon. Click left to watch my last vlog, or click right for the entire shop vlog playlist so that you can start at the beginning.